global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
The verdict for local government autonomy is finally out. Don't forget that today was the final day for the Supreme Court to sit on the case. And I must tell you the truth, it's not a favorable one for the state governors. But before I give you full details of it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. Let's jump straight to the breaking news. The Supreme Court on Thursday declared that it is unconstitutional for state governors to hold onto funds meant for local government administration. In its late judgment read by Justice Emmanuel Ajim, the Apex Court observed that the state government refusal of financial autonomy for local government has gone on for over 2 decades. Justice Agim said local government have since stopped receiving the money meant for them from the state governors who act in their state. He noted that the 774 local government councils in the country should manage their funds themselves. He dismissed the preliminary objection of the defendant, as the state governors, and went further to talk about the long walk to LG autonomy, that there are 774 local government areas in the country, but the efficiency of the 3 tiers of government has been hampered by the weight of some controlling and overbearing governors who have been accused of mismanaging funds meant for the administration of the local government. In the last few months, call for local government autonomy have increased in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu also supported the call. In May, the federal government, through the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, sued the 2036 state governors over alleged misconduct of local government funds. Currently, the federal government gets 52.68% and state government gets 26.72%. In comparison, local government gets 20.60% of the country's monthly revenue allocation by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission (RMAFC), which operates under the Presidency and is disbursed by the Federation Account Allocation Committee (FAC). Interestingly, local government funds are paid into a joint account operated by the state government and local government in their domain. In the suit filed by the AGF, the federal government sought an open order preventing the governors from arbitrarily dissolving democratically elected council. The suit by the AGF was on 27 grounds. The 36 state governors who are defendants in the suit opposed the AGF for instituting the case. The verdict. In its judgment, Justice Anyim said the AGF has a right to institute the suit and protect the Constitution. The Apex Court consequently directed that local government allocation from the Federation account should be paid directly to them henceforth and not to state government's coffers. Justice Anyim pointed out that the state governor's retention of the monies meant for the local government truncates the latter's activities. Justice Anyim ordered the immediate compliance of the judgment, stating that no state government should be paid monies meant for the local government. Right now, there's going to be a focus that the local government is actually the grassroots for community development if, it is devoid of corruption. A lot of people still also believe that if this had happened, then the Supreme Court also should think of taking the election of a local government chairman to INEC. But then, let's look at the situation. From now henceforth, they are barring funds from entering the state government account, and it is now going to go straight to them. Let's look at this political scenario here, considering Rivers State. Let's take Rivers State as a case study. What do you think will happen politically? Don't forget that the issue of building political structure had always been traceable to the fact that they are the ones, the state governments are the ones housing the money. So for that reason, they get some 100% loyalty from, the local government chairman. But with this development, what do you think may be happening right now in Rivers State? Do you think that the possibility of Fubara building his own political structure will still be possible, especially from the local government level?
I think this is a really very bad for Fubara and for most governors generally, because if you notice, it's actually the governors that were actually fighting this whole thing until they get to the Supreme Court. Even if Fubara, using the case study, of course, of Rivers State, even if Fubara decided to bring in his loyalists and they have sworn allegiance to him, don't forget that the salaries will be coming straight from the federal coffers. And he who pays the piper dictates its own. So if the federal government is paying their salaries Of course, it's not rocket science. That there are a lot of things that could be signed, agreements could be reached. This is politics and this is Nigeria. Everything and anything is possible. And if it looks as if the governments cannot have a nice sitting or a nice meeting, roundtable meeting with them in their various states, they can always call them the local government chairman to also rock or meeting with the presidency, where they will now dictate a lot of things and say, you remember now, we are the one funding you, and you just have to be a little bit nicer and all of that. And if eventually they find that you are more loyal to the FG, of course, your salaries and all your benefits to be paid appropriately. But if they discover that you're trying to play hanky-panky, you're now trying to do my governor, my Oga, instead of giving them the allegiance, you discover that a lot of benefits and royalties and salaries that will be deliberately be delayed. And you now see that, unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, they have handicap the governors.
I'm telling you, seriously.
During even presidential election,
they can't influence anything.
Governors are they're now like the rubber stamp.
I'm telling you.
In fact, the federal government can even decide who will win. The governor.
Yes.
The governor,
because they are the one controlling the local government.
Yes.
I'm telling you, the impact of it will be so
such that even the ruling APC can decide to since we have the structure, we pay them salaries. All we just want you to do, monitor the structure on your various states, and we will drag the structure. At the end of the day, you are no longer like that strength or that power that we had,
on the local government.
Yes, during the time.
I wish that thing happened in their time.
He will not have it. Even right now, Seth, with this thing going on, the presidency may likely kick out even Yeso Wike.
Yeah.
If he wants to, in the next couple of years, maybe a year or two, when he has solidified his own structure, whatever Fubara brings, no problem. And you have brought them in, and we will marry them. And when we marry them, we already have it. Whatever Fubara does, I don't even need the allegiance. All I need is the allegiance of the local government. And they will deliver. Now, if 23 local government areas that are in Rivers State delivers for the president, who is governor? And that is not just Rivers now.
We are talking about 774 local governments.
Good. So whoever that have control over the local government can be a lifelong president if he chooses. Can be life. All he needs to do, keep the structure running. The day he will step down to run for the election, it's just formality. His structure is already on ground. They will deliver. So it's going to be in fact, I do not know how this played out, but I would have preferred it to be the way it is, so that there will be some checks from the governors to check the president, the FG. But with the way it is going on, I said there's a way they'll go about it. With the Nigerian politics we have now, anything and everything is possible.
But one of the things Nigerians have brought up about this whole issue is the fact that this same case was brought up by Buhari's administration and it was turned down. Someone here is making mention of it, and he says that the Nigerian judiciary is corrupt, giving a contrary judgment on the same case. Buhari signed local government autonomy, but state governors took him to the Supreme Court and the court ruled in their favor. Tinubu took the state governors to court and the same Supreme Court ruled in favor of the federal government and not Tinubu. What kind of justice is that? That's the big question they're asking. Why is it that they were, oh my God, I am already perceiving a lot of things here. Is it that the judiciary is working based on who pays them well or whatever? I don't know, because if you notice something very factual about this administration, one of the people that have enjoyed this administration most has been the judiciary.
Seriously,
300,000% increment in their salary is big enough. And we also heard that some reasonable billions have been released for building of their quarters and all of that. So already
they are now kings. So another thing that, sorry to digress and sorry to interrupt you, there's something I noticed, the fact that Nigerians will vote, but it's the judges that will declare and determine who rules. They've removed the power from the people to the judges. And that's no longer democracy in every true sense of the word. Maybe we should redefine democracy in Nigeria.
Autocracy. It's now autocracy. Government by the court, for the court, and by the court. I'm telling you, it doesn't make any sense. So right now, based on how things are, it's very obvious that the governors will no more be needful. I'm telling you, it's really disturbing right now. I don't know. They can't go any further. Supreme Court is the apex court, and I think it's a final grounding for them. And I don't know, if you don't play the game well with the president, automatically you cannot be allowed to be the governor. So it is now the local government chairman that will decide who enters as the governor.
Now with this, I can boldly say, nothing stops APC from becoming the president come 2027.
Very simple. All right, that's where we'd like to leave it. Let's meet in our conversation and talk more on this. What's your position on the latest move by the Supreme Court, or the latest judgment by the Supreme Court, barring all local government funds from entering the state government accounts? Let's interact in that conversation.
Global happenings today.